Hello, St. Peter's. You know what day it is. It's High Five Friday. You ready? All right. Welcome back for our final day of Field Day week. Guess what? It's raining again. And boy, is it raining a lot today. I was hoping maybe we'd have a little break in the rain so we could do our event outside. It's just going to be too wet. But don't worry, I will teach you the Field Day event. We'll do it indoors, and you can always take it outdoors on another day when it's nicer. And then you can spread out even further. But we can modify it for indoors, okay? You see, today I'm back in my library. I've turned our camera around so you can kind of see the other side of our room. This is looking out into our courtyard, right? In the nice weather, we can go outside and read some books. We'll do that next year. I can't wait. All right, as usual, my friends came along with me on our car ride to school. Ralph is here, Magic Monkey. Joy is here with her jar of joy. We'll see how we're going to spread some joy a little bit later today. But first, let's get ready for our story. All right? Do you have everyone with you? Gathered around? All right, let's get ready for library. Let's turn up our ears so we're ready to listen. Turn off our mouths so we don't make a sound. Put your hands quietly in your lap. Take a nice big deep breath. And now we're ready for our story. Today's story is called Sheila Ray the Brave. Maybe this will help you try some of our field day events, even though if you're not sure if you can do them or not, you can try. Sheila Ray the Brave by Kevin Henkes. Here we go. Sheila wasn't afraid of anything. She wasn't afraid of the dark. She wasn't afraid of thunder and lightning. And she wasn't afraid of the big black dog at the end of the block. That is pretty brave. At dinner, Sheila Ray made believe that the cherries in her fruit cocktail were the eyes of dead bears. Ew. And she ate 5 of them. At school, Sheila Ray giggled when the principal walked by. And when her classmate Wendell stole her jump rope during recess, Sheila Ray tied him up until the bell rang. "I am very brave," Sheila Ray said, patting herself on the back. Sheila Ray stepped on every crack in the sidewalk without fear. When her sister Louise said there was a monster in the closet, Sheila Ray attacked it. She got all suited up. And she rode her bicycle no-handed with her eyes closed. "Yay, yay, Sheila Ray," her friends yelled, clapping their hands. Seems a little bit dangerous. One day, Sheila Ray decided to walk home from school a new way. Louise was afraid to. "You're too brave for me," Louise said. "You're always such a scaredy cat," Sheila Ray called. "I'm not," whispered Louise. So Louise is her little sister. Sheila Ray started off skipping. "I am brave," she sang. "I am fearless." She stepped on every crack. She walked backwards with her eyes closed. Remember that. We might try that later. She growled at stray dogs and bared her teeth at stray cats. And she pretended that the trees were evil creatures. She climbed up them and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap, snap. She also has a good imagination. Sheila Ray walked and walked. She turned corners. She crossed streets. It suddenly occurred to Sheila Ray that nothing looked familiar. Uh-oh, Sheila Ray is getting herself lost. Sheila Ray heard frightening noises. They sounded worse than thunder. She thought horrible thoughts. They were worse than anything she had ever imagined. I am brave, Sheila Ray tried to convince herself. I am fearless. The sounds became more frightening. The thoughts became more horrible. Sheila Ray sat down on a rock and cried. Help, she sniffed. She thought of her mother and her father and Louise. Mother, Father, Louise, she called. Look who's watching her. Louise followed her, but she didn't know it. Here I am, said a voice. Louise! Sheila Ray hugged her sister. We're lost, Sheila Ray said. No, we're not, said Louise. I know the way home. Follow me. Louise stepped on every crack. She walked backwards with her eyes closed. She growled at stray dogs and bared her teeth at stray cats. Now who's the brave one? And she pretended that the trees were evil creatures. She jumped up and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap, snap. Sheila Ray walked quietly behind her. They walked and walked. They crossed streets. They turned corners. Soon their house could be seen between the trees. Sheila Ray grabbed Louise and dashed up the street. Now she's smiling. Phew. When they reached their own yard and the gate was closed behind them, Sheila Ray said, Louise, you are brave. You are fearless. We both are, said Louise. And they walked backwards into their house with their eyes closed. What do you think of that? Sheila Ray was very brave and daring sometimes, but she did get scared when she thought she was lost, didn't she? And that's okay. Even if you're brave, you can feel scared, okay? So we're going to be brave today during our field day event. Are you ready to see what it is? All right, you're going to need just a couple of things, okay? I'm going to show you what you need. You need a book. It doesn't matter. It can be any book. If a hard book is probably better, if you have any sort of hard book. You need a spoon and you need a ball or something sort of roundish. Anything that you're going to, because you're going to balance something in the spoon. That's a little wiggly, right? So if you have like a little, maybe you have a little Shopkins creature or one of those little erasers, you could use that. Anything to put that will fit inside your spoon, okay? So we're going to do a relay challenge, okay? It doesn't have to be a race. You don't have to be doing against anyone. You can be challenging yourself and try to get faster and better every time you go, all right? Once we go outside, you can make it into a race where you can go side by side. But when you're indoors, it's not really a good idea because unless you have a big basement or something. But don't race in your house. That's not a good plan. Here are the relay challenges I have for you, okay? I'm going to back you up. We're getting good at this, aren't we? Moving this camera around. All right, I'm going to back you up here. The book stays at the starting line. So I'm going to keep my book here. I'll set it right here. Your spoon put at your ending spot or the place that you're going to, okay? So I'm going to put that over here. Then take your book, that's your first event. You are going to balance the book on your head and then walk backwards to the other point of your race. You ready? On your head, put your arms out for balance, and walk backwards. Don't go too fast or it will fall. If the book slips off of your head, stop where you are and set it back on. I got to the end, ran right into it. Hold your book, stand on one foot, and hop all the way back. Here we go. Hop, 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 ha, ha. Then you're going to put your book down, run backwards, maybe with your eyes closed if you want to try it. Run backwards. Ooh, eyes closed is scary. And then get your spoon with your ball and walk and balance all the way back up. Isn't that fun? So that's 4 things. Book on your head, balancing, walking backwards. Hop on one foot this way. Run backwards back. And then spoon, balancing your ball forwards. Those are the 4 things that I chose. Now, remember, you can always add different things. If you have other things around your house that you would like to add into your challenge, you can do that. You can have more than 4 things if you would like. These are things that I found at my house. I brought my spoon from home, and things around the library. But maybe you have a few other things. You could do something with your stuffed animals. You could weave in and out between them since we're indoors. But make it something that you do one thing going one way, change it up coming back, and keep going back and forth. If you are doing it one person at a time, I would recommend you could try to time yourself and see how fast you can get. See how many times you could do it in a row before you get too tired to keep going. There are so many possibilities. You get to decide. All right? That is the final event for our week of field day events. I hope you enjoyed it. We had the sock toss in the basket. We had an obstacle course on Wednesday, and today we have our relay challenge. I would love to hear how you did on your events. You can put those in the comments. But for now, let's spread some joy. Are you ready? That means we're gonna move again. Let's come on back to joy. Come on back. All right, here we are. You ready, Joy? She's ready. How are we gonna spread some joy today? I can't wait. Because you know what? Sometimes on a gloomy day, you need a little extra joy to be spread. Let's see. This one's stuck to my finger. Let's see what it says. Ooh, I love this one. This one says, tell someone what makes them special. How sweet. If you tell all the people in your house what makes them special, you will put a very big smile on your face. I know when you are in school, you are all special and you make me smile every day. I cannot wait till we get back to school. Now, you have all turned in all of your work. Most of you have turned in your library books. If you haven't, I kind of need them. You should see how many books I have to put away. But that's okay. That means you did a really great job reading at home. So while you spread some joy, telling people why they're special, you could do that all weekend. This is a holiday weekend, so you might call some people or see some people you haven't seen in a very long time. Tell them what makes them special too. So start now. Next week, I'm still going to do 3 episodes as usual. We're going to have like maybe a picnic kind of theme. Hopefully we can be outside for next week. And then after that, get ready. After you pick your report cards up, we're going to talk about some special event summer reading videos where you can earn prizes. Okay? So until then, I hope you have fun with your field day events, your relay challenges for today. I hope you spread your joy, tell people what makes them special, Have a great holiday weekend, maybe some cookouts. I'm hoping to have a bonfire in my backyard. We'll see what happens. Well, just with my family. Not get crazy, but I bought some marshmallows and graham crackers and Hershey bars so I could have some s'mores this weekend. I'll let you know if that happens. All right. Have a fabulous weekend. I will be here on Monday and we'll do a fun Memorial Day celebration picnic for our library time. All right. Until then, keep spreading your joy.